Alright, guys, quick little thing. You made it out of the ruins. The evil professor kidnapped you and trapped you in. You found all your missing gear. And now you have a mystery lingering over your heads. The island that you see before you, Uncharted Isle, is where the ruins were. And Asna found a familiar face with a ship waiting for y'all. So, y'all have a mystery hanging over your heads. You are now on the Uncharted Isle. And you have a lovely ship with a familiar face to one of your party members. And I have the Isle loaded just as a quick refresher for you. And this is your lovely ship. What do you do? Do you introduce yourself to the crew? Do you set a course for your next place? What do you do?
Well, I suppose some introductions are probably in order. We know the cook, who seems to be over here now, but is actually this guy. Different image. Anyways.
Yeah, sorry about that. I mislabeled them last session.
Yeah, I see him right here. The chip cup thing right here.
Yep.
Too.
So I guess we're following him on board. And are there any other people, at least on deck, that I recognize?
No. Cookie was the only one. Everybody else is a completely fresh crew.
Why isn't there anyone steering the ship? Because it's empty.
It's moored.
Cause they're parked.
Okay.
You don't need someone at the wheel if it's moored. But Asna would just go around and introduce herself and kind of motion to each person in turn if they wish to introduce themselves.
Anyway, we're basically taking over this ship, right?
The ship
No.
belongs to Asna.
It was a gift from my former captain.
And how did he know where you were? Do you have a tracking device in your booty?
Maybe.
I would like to check. Bend over.
Maybe later. But for now, I think we should probably move, get out of here. I don't want to stay here any longer.
Well, where do we need to go next?
Well, there's a few places we could go. If we could have the... Do we have a map on the ship anywhere?
Cookie walks up and he's like, "Aye, lassie, I have it right here." I'm gonna pop the world map up for you guys real quick.
All right, where are we on this map?
So, if you look to your northeast of the map where it says Usper Isles,
That's west.
you are... Yeah. Northwest. Pardon me. You are here on this isle, and Cookie, being the very nice guy that he is and very polite, he says, "Aye, we are here, and I have a slight suggestion for the lass and her crew, her party, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, we only had enough supplies to make it here, to this isle. We had more, but we got hit by a storm. My suggestion, and y'all are the owners of this ship now. We live to obey. Is to go to one of the towns close by and restock. And those towns are going to be either Grass Noels, which is the closest one, or Waven Toxics, which is the largest most of the isles and the furthest.
That's a good suggestion. Do you have any food on board, or are we completely empty now?
Oh, we still have some carcasses that we're carrying.
We also have our own rations that we could probably eat before reverting to carcasses.
No, but I'll stick with carcasses.
As you wish.
Cookie shakes his head and he goes, "No, we've been ashore about 4 days now, waiting for y'all to surface. We're nearly through the final set of rations for the crew."
How many heads on board?
Let me switch back.
Okay, it doesn't matter how many heads on board. I'll just cut some heads off, and there we have rations.
Dang.
Some of us don't eat people.
We
Have you tried it?
Not recently.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I did once, but that
7,
was not on
Tastes
purpose.
like chicken.
Yeah,
8,
see,
9,
It's like
the-
pork to
11,
me.
12.
yeah, I would say that it's an option here. It's very much an option. I will gladly offer to help with the preparations of that. Starts like flexing her fingers.
Cookie looks around and is like counting on his fingers, and he goes, "Well, before y'all surfaced, I'd say we have about 13, maybe. Just the bare minimum crew to run the ship."
So now we have about 20-ish. 21? That means we need to go through 3 weeks of rations every day. That's quite a lot.
Do you guys have nets? You could also fish.
I assume you've been doing your best to hunt and fish as you've started to run low on supplies.
Well, you see, most of this crew here is as green get. And I myself, I cook. I don't fish.
Well, time to start
We could
learning.
go hunting.
What was that, Amari?
We could go hunting and help them.
How did y'all eat in the ruins? He
Hunted.
asked.
And we had some of our rations that we found.
We also had 3 more party members when we started.
I should have eaten those. Oh wait, I forgot. It was him in charge. Never mind.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Well, he looks kind of confused and he goes, "Okay, so what's my orders, Captain?"
Well, stocking up seems like a good option. Anyone suggest otherwise? No? Let's do it.
Other than like hunting, I don't have any other options, and hunting that can be very fatal to all these weak creatures.
They do have some fishing nets on this ship, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The ship does come equipped with everything except food.
How far away from the village are we?
About a day's sails. It's
That'll
not
be fine.
far.
So we head out
don't-
now and we got enough food to make it there. No problem.
What were you saying, Andre?
Yep.
Oh, nope. Okay. So I suggest that as we sail, we put nets in the water, trawl for fish, and catch what we catch. That'll just reduce our costs when we get there.
Aye,
Sounds like a
Captain.
plan.
Which island have y'all decided to go to? Both are within a day's reach.
The closer one seems the best option to me.
Hang on, they're
Grass
both
Noels?
within a day's reach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which one is the bigger of the 2 towns
The
and
further
most likely
one.
to have better options?
The further one is larger, but with
They're both
larger
within a
towns also comes greater risk. You see, there are some people who have very strong opinions in these isles.
Aye, lass, I forgot. They're very siren around here.
Exactly.
Well, all you gotta do is stay on the ship.
That's a very boring trip, don't you think?
We'll send the crew members in to get all the stuff that you need.
Or she could just not give a damn and do it whatever she wants.
Well, lass, by the time we make it there, the sun should be almost down. If you put your hood up and maybe stay at the back of the pack.
I think. Do I know these towns from my time sailing and living in the area?
You do, but you don't. You haven't been to these towns in years
Mhm.
because of the prejudices,
Mhm.
but you vaguely remember what they were like from your childhood, and you've heard tales and seen slightly more updated maps.
What do I remember?
You remember that if they catch a pure-blooded mermaid, they hang them by their wrists in front of taverns and throw tomatoes at them.
Free
Could be
food right
worse.
there.
Thankfully, I'm not a pure-blooded mermaid.
If you hide your gills or your ears or whatever, as maybe they won't know what you are. Does anyone have a disguise kit?
I think I do actually. I was thinking that
I
just a second ago.
actually
That's my
do.
inventory. Oh,
See,
there we
there
go.
you go.
Okay.
So all we have to do is
So-
have them disguise you and you'll be fine.
Let's get the ship
What's the
going.
population of this town?
Yeah, let's get the ship heading eastward, and we can start the disguise process as we're heading there. I'm gonna get the crew going, and then we'll circle back and get more info on the town. I think. Does that sound like a
Yeah.
good idea to everyone?
How big is this town? What's the population of it? Can you tell me?
They're like rather large islands. So, like half of a large city each.
That's still pretty big.
Um,
What does large city mean? Is that like 100,000
Yeah, I'm looking
people?
for population numbers.
3 million
yeah.
people? 2,000 people?
so in terms of like IRL maps, New York City is like a massive city. A rather large city would be like Little Rock, and then like half of a rather large city would be like Jonesboro, Arkansas.
You might want to use cities that people actually know. That's local cities that are from your
I
area.
know
None of
every
us are
single
from
one
there.
of them.
Yeah,
Little
but you're
Rock
from the
has
state.
Little Rock
Little Rock
has
is about
200,000.
100,000 and some change. Is it 200,000 now?
Yep.
Wow.
Okay, I'd say about like 75% of 100,000.
So about 75,000?
Yep.
It is math.
I'm sorry.
It's math. Math
Hey,
has never been
I
my
suck
strong
at math.
suit.
All right. So, still a pretty sizable city, honestly, for being a bunch of islands. So,
Yeah, if we wipe that city out for them being prejudiced, it's going to be noticeable, and it's going to be difficult.
yeah,
So
a
that's-
disguise is going to be necessary for me to go on shore, I think.
Yeah. It'll be easier than wiping out all the prejudiced people.
This is a very small atlas. Our boat just crashed on the atlas.
We didn't realize our boat was that huge.
Albert was being weird on me. Sorry about that. Okay. So,
No. Is there harpoons on this boat?
Probably.
there are, if you give me just a second.
Also, if it's a day to get to Waven Tokics, we can go around the whole world in a week
Yeah.
from corner to corner.
I would think an ocean-going vessel like this would have harpoons, because I mean, you come across the whale. If you have a chance to take it, that's a lot of meat.
That depends on the upgrade of the vessel. This may be a basic one. We may have to upgrade to get that type of weaponry.
I really hope we don't turn this into a whaling ship. I'm just asking because while they're fishing, I'm gonna go hunt birds. All I have is a battle axe. That would literally obliterate the birds.
Unfortunately, there are not harpoons on this one. You can pay to upgrade.
I'm picturing now massive ballista mounted here, and you're using it to hunt seagulls.
That's what I was just thinking.
All right, Asna, we're gonna need you to shake your ass for some coal scash.
We'll
Wait,
have to get to
what?
the city first.
Wait, no. We
You'll
did
have to
that
hang out on the street corner
before
under
the
a
reboot,
lantern.
remember? And that didn't go well for everybody. This is not the character that would be doing that either. She'd probably just murder people and take their purses.
Alright, so Cookie is barking orders, and then he looks back at y'all and he goes, Grass Noels or Waven Toxic?
Let's head to the Grass Noels, I think. I think we want to then turn westward.
Well, if we can't get everything we need at the Grass Noels, then we'll go to the other one. But yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, and y'all are there. Time has passed.
While we're on the
Everybody-
ship, could we try the disguise kit thing?
I thought we were doing that on the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, do you need to roll some kind of ability check to see how well the disguise turned out?
I'd say performance check.
Can I roll
Performance?
the performance?
Yes.
And can I do it with the assistance of the disguise? Or with Dalwynne putting the disguise on?
Either that, or you can use your free inspiration that you have, or you can roll at an advantage since you're still hidden on the ship and no one other than trusted people have seen you put the thing on.
23.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure I'll
you
make it.
Wait. Amari's trusted?
as trusted can be among your party.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Well,
Also, while y'all are messing with the disguise kit, everybody except Rhody, roll a d20 for me.
Shoot, that's the one thing I forgot to get out. Let me get my dice real quick. Where the hell did the tray go?
13.
oh, you're not rolling on
13.
Owlbear?
You can use real dice if you have them.
I
Asna,
have
Dice?
a few.
Asna, yours needs to be an advantage since you're a siren.
Okay. I'll roll
There we
again.
go. Found my dice.
I'm just going to use
Still a
Owlbear.
13.
I'll find it.
Okay.
Plus,
And this was a
what is it?
20,
Perception?
right?
Right.
Oh,
Or is
was,
it just is
was
it
it
just a straight
perception?
20?
Nope, just a d20.
okay.
Okay. Let me know when you want my number.
Ah,
Has anyone rolled a 15 or higher?
Yes.
Okay, if you've rolled a 15 or higher, you are fine. If you've rolled below a 15, you are seasick.
That's a really high DC.
That's not right, especially considering
We don't have our sea legs, so
Must be
the only
choppy
person who
waters.
would have advantage would be you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could I recommend that be a Constitution saving throw?
Yeah.
Which would maybe allow, I won't pass from it, but might allow other people to pass.
I'll allow that. Is anybody wanting to try to roll to see if...
You said a Constitution saving throw? That would still only give me a 14.
Yeah, I also had a 14 with a con save.
Even with advantage?
Yeah, I rolled a 5 for my other number.
Advantage?
Just,
Gotcha.
just
No. He has
just me.
advantage because he
Oh, okay.
they're a water creature,
Ah,
or they're a sailor or whatever.
And
I would
Rhody
say
is
let's,
undead, so she doesn't get motion sick.
I will be right back.
One would think
Yeah.
I've been on a ship long enough to not get seasick, but who knows?
well, that's what I would think too, but that's
You
cool.
don't know how long you've been underwater. So
All right.
Dart, can you mute if you're Andre?
You got it.
Thank you. Okay, so
I better mute.
everybody except for Rhody and Amari, I believe, are motion sick. Which means for the next in-game hour, not IRL hour, mind you, certain checks will be at a disadvantage. Like say performance checks. So if you're doing like well, you know what performance checks are. Okay. Alright. So y'all are, let me double check your map because I forgot where I moved the ship. Grass Noels. Cool. Sorry, background noise kind of threw me off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Grass Noels Island. As you can see, it is a very charming island. Plenty of shops, plenty of vegetation. And oh, what's that? A cemetery and a volcano? What?
Normal things.
Totally normal. Totally normal. Kirky says to Asna as y'all are getting off and trying to shake off some of the motion sickness, he goes, "Alright, lass, we'll buy the supplies if y'all wish to explore and such."
Of course, exploring is great. Yeah, I'll talk to you humanoids later.
Do you have funding, or do we need to pay for it?
I have funding for at least this supply run.
Okay. Well then.
Also a gift from your old cap.
I imagine there's no one better to find food supplies than our dear Cookie. Have at it.
Aye, madam. And he
Well,
departs off.
if you need a lantern to hang on that street corner to get money, I think I got one you can borrow.
I don't think the Cookie is into that sort of thing.
No, Amari said you're gonna have to hang out on the street corner and get some money.
No. That's what we did in the first campaign. We had
Oh.
Justic jumping around while the bard was playing music to earn money for everybody.
Oh,
And
okay.
everybody kept trying to pet her bunny ears.
Yep, and that she charged extra for that. That's why I was like, that's
Yep.
the other campaign, not this one. However, Amari does have an idea, but those that are good alignment would not like her idea. That's why she's like, peace, humans.
So what would y'all like to do now that y'all have gained land legs again?
Well, I assume that my disguise is holding fairly well.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we should wander around the city, see if there's anything that people need, or maybe they have some information about this cemetery and or volcano. Since, I mean, cemeteries are necessary in any city, but volcanoes are a bit more rare.
I thought we were here to get supplies for the ship and
Well,
then leave.
Cookie's getting supplies, and it's going to take a while.
Oh.
I sent you a message in Rumble of what my character wishes to do, so that everyone else doesn't yell at me.
All right, all right. Oh, by the way, in case you forgot, you do have 2 NPCs with you in your party. You have the very lovely and suspicious human Serinity from last session. And then Andre has his adorable companion, shopkeep named Klank.
I don't think you've sent
Yeah.
me his character sheet. Stat
Wait, what
thing.
happened to the Sandmite?
I have
The
it.
same mite is attached to Asna.
Oh, okay.
He's on my shoulder.
So he's still hanging in there.
I'm still currently working on Clank's shop list for you. So y'all
okay.
can he's not a combative NPC.
Can I sneak off?
Yes.
Okay. Because if need be, I can obviously roll stealth if need be.
Go for it.
Because, yeah, I do have stealth with this character.
As Cookie begins to disappear, I'll just call out to whoever's here. Make sure you're back within a few hours. We'll be setting sail as soon as we can.
23.
Aye, madam.
I flip them off. Say, all right, with love. I
So
walk
now,
off.
wait a minute. Before everybody goes off on their own little tangent here, is there
Like-
anything that we all need to look for as characters here in town that, other than just general supplies for the ship, anything that we personally need to be looking for?
Well, if you recall from looking in the professor's lavatory, he had been experimenting on mermaids and sirens, and based on old maps and such that and notes and such that y'all had received, and information that Asna had shared and the mermaids had shared, there used to be hidden siren encampments on the surrounding isles of these 2 isles. And you do know that this isle and the other isle that have the town on it hate mermaids and sirens.
Now, I can understand in general the dislike for sirens, but not mermaids.
It depends on the mythology for mermaids. Some mermaids, like, example, if you watch Pirates of the Caribbean, it actually does part of the mermaid thing. The last one, mermaids eat humans.
Really, I haven't seen that one.
Mermaids eat humans.
In
That's actually
this
based on
world,
real mythology.
in
I thought the
this
sirens
world,
were the bad ones.
I'm pretty sure in a lot of mythologies, they're basically the same thing.
The difference is mermaids usually have to use their appearance, while sirens have to use their song to lure people.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the one causes them to go into a trance and drown themselves, where mermaids don't care if you drown.
Yeah,
They'll just
but
rip your
in
heart.
Greece, sirens are birds
Yeah.
with heads of ladies.
so
It-
in the So in this world, for those of you that have known about the world, excluding Amari, because Amari is
From here.
not from here, we shall say. Each of you know that sirens are actually descendants of mermaids that have had children with other species.
What?
Yeah, sirens are half breeds.
In her
That is-
campaign. That's her lore.
That is
Right.
why
Yeah, that's fine.
mermaids cannot leave the water where sirens can go on land in this
Okay,
world.
gotcha.
Their
Gotcha.
powers are very similar. Their abilities are very similar. Their temperaments are not. That is very key. And that is the collective knowledge of what the party, aside from Amari, knows and recalls. So, what do you do with this information?
Nothing, because Amari doesn't care. This Amari doesn't care. I should first phrase that.
Yeah, if I were waiting on his general supplies for the ship, then I'm probably going to stay right there at the ship.
I'm gonna ask my son what he wants to do first.
Your son?
Yeah, child that's right next to me. I
You're
believe
you're adopting Klank.
you said he was my son, so
Okay.
Yeah, the resemblance is uncanny with your horns and wings and
Oh, yeah.
tail. Uncanny
someone
resemblance right
doesn't
there.
know what adoption is.
Fastest gestation period I ever heard of.
Funny enough, Rhody's
Who's the
being
dad?
undead.
I hope it's
She's
not
actually
me.
gonna go to the graveyard.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You know, I think I'll go with Rhody. I don't
That's really where I'm trying to go!
I don't think that Asna would want to be alone with these people who might hang her up on outside of whatever their pubs are and throw tomatoes at her. So
These
if you're
people take to the clearly undead.
If you're cruising out through town, make sure you're with the strongest person in the party that can maybe help get you out of any situations that come up.
and that's Rhody.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's between
Yep.
since the other Amari is not here, it's Rhody and Andre, who are the strongest ones right now.
In answer to your question, Andre, Klank looks at you and goes, "Oh, I have a dad? This is the best day ever!" He's not very bright, guys.
It's like all my name days have come at once.
We have something common.
He's like, "Well, this place is so bright and colorful, and my shop supplies are kind of running low since I sold most of my stuff to zombies and goblins in the ruins. So I'd like to restock."
What do you have in mind? What would you like to mainly sell?
Well, I was thinking about getting more stuff for potions and some quick weaponry. Swords always sell fast, so do daggers. You would not believe how many daggers I've sold.
Okay.
And if you give me just a second, I thought I had it labeled, but I guess I forgot. All the way at the very top of the map is the blacksmith, and that is very, very tiny writing. Give me just a second.
Okay. Well, me and Klank are just gonna go to shops and restock. his shop. I will tell everyone though, like, hey, me and Klank are gonna restock his store. Need me? Just holler, I guess. I don't know. Better yet, if you need me, don't. Gives you a thumbs up and just
Okay.
walk away.
We
Serenity
always need
nods.
you.
Dalwynne, what are you doing? Are you staying at the dock with Serenity and Tinka?
Yeah, if I don't need to go hunting around in town for anything in particular, I'm just gonna stay right there on the ship.
Okay. Tinka is gonna go lay down in the ship because Tinka's not here. Andre, are you and Klank already moving into town?
Yes, but we have not gotten very far.
Okay. About how far have you gotten?
Since I just said that we're leaving, this tower thing, like right next to it,
Okay.
right
Okay.
here.
So about 30 feet.
Yeah.
About there.
Yep.
Perfect. Perfect. Dalwynne, what direction are you facing?
Uh, that's a very good question. Probably north, since that's, you know, which way the land is from the ship.
Okay. Roll a perception check. At a
Plus 2. $12. Nope, same as my passive perception. Hello?
All right. Okay, so you don't notice something happening right behind you. Give me just a second. The party split up. That's never a good thing. Where is it?
Yep. Rule
I don't
number
know.
1.
Last time we split up, I managed to find some really good things because I met Oliver. I'm just pointing that out. However, some of the other party member got in trouble. This time, I'm the party member that's probably going to get in trouble.
So, since the party has walked off and gone out of view, Serenity decided it was a fabulous time to try to snack on a dragonborn.
Oh no.
Huh?
Who's Serinity?
The quote
The
unquote
corpse laying at my feet?
the human that y'all found in a cage when you fought the tickle monster last session.
Oh, she eats. She eats people. I think I want to keep her. Sorry, I'm not there. I ran away.
She is a damsel devourer.
She's a what?
A damsel devourer.
I'm not a damsel.
What is
No,
that?
but
Like out of
She
character, what is that?
She pretends to be a damsel in distress and then transforms and all creatures within 30 feet must make a perception check of or be caught on unawares, and she basically gets one free swipe, a very low swipe. Where are my dice?
Seriously.
Oh, I forgot to add everybody's hit points and stuff to their tokens on this map. How many hit points do you have, Dalwynne? How much HP?
27,
27. And what's your AC?
37. I don't
37?
know. I'm looking for it though. Hang on. 15. There we go.
15. I was gonna say there's no way you have more AC than the undead paladin. Okay. Okay. You are taking 4 damage. And but you do see her now. And she goes, "Finally, a mule that's alone."
No.
What do?
I'm gonna zap her with my breath weapon.
Okay. Do you need to roll if that hits, or does it just hit anyway?
I'm gonna assume I have to roll to hit, but it's point
I
blank
believe it's a
range.
save.
So does she
You-
roll a save, or? I'm happy to roll to hit.
I'm gonna say it's gonna hit if I have to roll a save. Roll for damage.
DC 13 for half damage. 2d6. 7 points, so 3.
3. Okay.
Dang, maybe I should have bit her. I might have done more damage.
Uh,
But the rapier is coming out, so my next attack will be with the rapier.
All right. She is going to attempt to do her claw slash. A 16 plus 7. That is a math.
23.
Yeah, does a 23 hit, good sir?
Well, my AC is 15, so I'm pretty sure that's going to hit.
Yep. Okay. And it is 2d4 plus 4.
So it's going to be 9.
Yep, I got you.
13 till I need to keep track of this.
I got it tracking on your token there.
Oh, okay. I can't even see my token.
You just have to zoom in, you'll see it.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
So are we just going tit for tat, or are we actually going to roll initiative?
It's just you and her. Everybody else is out of range.
Wait, there's nobody
Okay.
else on the ship that sees this?
Nope. Nobody that's combative.
Touche. I was about to say, you got some blind sailors.
And
Nah,
Andre
they're
and
just
Klank
real
are out
wimp.
of range.
Yeah.
They're just real wimpy. All right, one attack with the rapier. Oops, I got too many dice there. And then plus 3. 3. Oh my god. I'm gonna get eaten on the docks. 8.
You got your backed up character ready, right?
Nope.
8 does not hit. So you go to swing, or like stab with your rapier, and you kind of just like lunge forward at her, and it glances off the wood pier portion of the it glances off this wood thing right here that's sticking up
Pylon.
on the docks that y'all are on.
No, we're kind of lucky we didn't leave her on the ship because she would have eaten the whole crew. They're
No,
non-combative.
well-
They wouldn't have been able to escape.
With is that the end of your turn there, Dalwynne?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. She is going to try to devour your flesh.
Like what?
Skin.
She's going to try to eat the skin straight off of you.
Dragonborn jerky.
Does an
Ah,
11
God.
hit?
Nope. That one does not.
So she attempts to lunge at you with her gaping teeth. Mind you, she looks like this.
Yeah.
And misses completely and ends on this side of you. And that is her turn.
Alright. One more time with the rapier. $17.
17 hits. Roll for damage.
And that's D8 plus 4. Come on, no whammies. Oh shit. 6. Better than nothing.
So you attack her again, and you give her a nice little haircut, and you nick one of her ears. She's fuming. She's like, when I go back to being gorgeous, how am I supposed to lure people to their deaths if my hair is a mess?
You won't have to worry about it in the afterlife.
Forget that. And she is absolutely enraged. She's gonna try to just swallow you whole.
Since she moved, does that make her she's in range now?
Yeah, you can see her.
Actually, here's a question.
Okay.
Why didn't he hear the breath weapon go off? Because it's electric. It's not
He
exactly
wasn't
a
paying
quiet thing.
attention.
IRL
Okay.
me was not paying attention.
I was busy breathing.
I'm just saying, I'm like, that is not a quiet action. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Andre
it
wasn't
probably would have
paying
been accompanied
attention.
with a roar. Yeah, it should have made some noise, but
Andre was
I'm
in
so
La
used
La
to.
Land.
let's just
Does an
continue
18
from here.
hit?
I think an 18 will hit. Yeah.
I'm so used to spells being quiet.
No,
Okay.
unless if they have vocal components, which a lot do, they're not
Oh,
quiet.
cool. I got a 9. Good luck, bud.
So
Well, the breath
So
weapon's just
for-
breathing. So, but I imagine Dalwynne would roar too. Yeah, give me that tablet.
So now that Andre is in the fray, she can't just eat Dalwynne quietly. However, she does successfully swallow Dalwynne. So for the next 3
The
turns,
hell?
Dalwynne is blinded, restrained, but you also have total cover from outside attack.
How much damage did you take from swallowing my rapier?
None.
I'm going to give it a few
She's
twists.
you are blinded, restrained, and you have total cover from outside attacks.
Oh, gee, yeah. As I swim around in bile.
Now, after the next 3 turns, if Andre has not successfully rescued you, you'll start taking acid damage.
Okay. Let me know when
So,
it's my turn. Oh, there's the
um,
rumble thing. Okay.
Oh my god.
she is extremely encumbered now, so she has to roll everything at a disadvantage. It is Andre's turn though.
Yay!
Oh.
I am going
Dalwynne,
to
I'm gonna hide your token because you are in
full
her belly.
movement. Keep my boy over there. On character. Boom, 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 boom.
Somebody kill this beast.
I'm trying.
Yeah, only one person's in
Bonus.
the area.
Yep. One bonus action. I'm going to rage. Let me roll that thing for you, DM. When I find it, there's Discord. Okay. I'm here for the chaos. Yes, I want to visit the site. I know I'm leaving Discord. Alright. 95. What happens with a 95?
Oh,
Okay, I'll read it to you. For the next 1d4 days, you will be waking up at a random location within a mile radius of where you fell asleep. Awesome.
Oh, her or you?
Me,
He has
I
the boots,
believe.
remember?
Oh, okay,
No, it's my
gotcha. His
subclass.
wild magic.
Wild
Oh,
magic.
his wild magic. Okay, never mind. I thought it was the
Yeah.
boots. Because the
Next
boots
the
also
boots
make
day.
you
are-
teleport.
So the boots are kind of like your gender transformation. I have to tell you when to roll for those.
Okay. And for an action, I will attack with a great axe. Yeah.
You said 95. I thought you just killed her in one hit or something. I was like, oh gosh.
Okay. 5, 6, 7. Roll. That's a 18 to hit.
It hits. Roll for
Okay,
damage.
sweet. 15 damage.
Nice. Nice.
And that ends
You-
my turn.
All right. So this will mark the first turn that Dalwynne's in her stomach. He has 2 more turns before he starts taking stomach acid damage. She can't eat more than one person at once. So she is going to try to do her claw slash, which is a d20, and she gets a +7 to hit. Does a 16 hit?
I believe not. AC is 17.
Oh wait, I have to
No,
roll
does
a
not.
disadvantage. Yeah. So a 16 does not hit, correct?
No.
Okay. So she is going to sluggishly, because she's encumbered with the weight of a full-grown dragonborn in her belly, and try to slash Andre, and just kind of like trips and ends up right here. And that is the end of her turn.
already enraged, so okay, that just gives me advantage. That does not help at this moment. Okay, out of character, I'm gonna go for the stomach. Try to slice her stomach open.
Okay.
See if
Roll to
that
see if it
works.
hits.
Uh, 11.
An 11, you said?
Yes.
It does not hit.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, that's. Fuck. Can I make it a reckless attack where we both get advantage? Too late for that.
You have to announce reckless before you do it.
That's what I thought. Okay. Didn't hurt to ask. Yeah, then that ends my turn. I'll have a bonus.
Venus?
Sorry, I guess I was muted.
Yep.
So she was going to attempt to do another claw attack, but an 11 does not hit. So she once again tries to slice forward and kind of just shuffles forward a little bit and misses. And she's like, "Hold still, dang it!" And that is the end of her second turn.
Okay. Okay, okay. Um. Yeah. I'm gonna reckless attack this one. Same thing. Try to cut her stomach open.
Okay.
26.
It hits.
Okay.
Roll for damage.
15.
All right. So you have not killed her, but you have cut her open enough that a very befuddled dragonborn spills out of the gaping hole in her belly. She is holding one hand to the gash in her belly, trying to keep her innards in, and she is howling. And she is howling. Let me. Asna and Rhody could maybe hear her as a very faint echo.
It would be a perception check, maybe?
Yes. Asna and Rhody, do you mind rolling a perception?
$14.
Rhody, are you going to roll? Is Rhody AFK?
I don't know. She's not muted. I don't see the mute button.
Okay.
Rhody, what happened to you?
Maybe she stepped away to go to the bathroom or something. Yes, a 14. You successfully hear the very faintest echo of the strangest scream ever. Like, stranger than Tickle Me Elmo going, hee hee hee, big hug time.
It's probably nothing.
Probably nothing.
I think I'll wait for Rhody to get back and we can maybe head back together. Depending on what she
Okay.
wants to do.
Keeping in line with what we have down at the docks, Dalwynne, it is your turn.
Yeah.
You have been successfully freed from what y'all thought was a human and is now a damsel devourer. You are covered in gross stomach mucus and blood, and there's little bits of bone from her last victim that have like caught on your armor and stuff.
God, I may have to go buy new armor. All right,
No, you just need a good bath.
time to take a swing at this thing and try to remove its head. I forgot to add the bonus. That's a
Oh!
natural 20.
It hits. It hits. Roll for damage.
I can never keep track of it. Okay, D8.
The dice are
Is
playing
that
fair
right?
tonight.
No, it's 1D8, not 2. Dang it. All right, here we go. 7.
All right, a 7.
That's pretty lame for a critical hit.
I mean, it still hit. It still did damage.
Well, yeah.
All right, Andre. It is if Dalwynne is done, it is now your turn.
Yours truly is going to do the exact same thing I've been doing. Reckless attack again for that sweet advantage. That means she also gets advantage, but that comes with the... What is the rest of the sentence? Comes with the what?
Territory?
Yeah.
I guess 16.
It hits, but just barely.
Oh my god.
Roll for damage.
Um, um, 13.
13. So you swing at her with your axe, I'm presuming. And as you come down, she tries
Why
to
do you
move
keep
out of the
doing
way.
this?
I'm sorry. She tries to move out of the way, and when she does so, she lets go of her stomach that you split open earlier, and your axe catches on her bottom split of her stomach and tears it further. and she lets out a heart-wrenching howl. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, ma'am.
It is now her turn. She is going to take ever so slight a step back and use one hand to try to hold her stomach back together. And she is going to do her Damsel ability. And try to cry out for help mid-fight. Do a wisdom saving throw, both of you.
Okay. Okay. 9.
Oof.
I know. Oof, indeed.
What about you, Dalwynne? Dalwynne.
That muted.
Ah, a 13. Oh,
Sorry, it
so
didn't come on.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
When she does her damsel ability to cry out for help mid-fight, neither one of you passed the save, so you are currently charmed for 1 turn, and you suddenly no longer see her as the Devourer, but as the pretty Serinity lady that she was before for 1 turn. And that ends her turn.
We still have recollection that there was a monster in the area?
Yes, but you don't think it was her.
Gotcha.
This is not the droid you were looking for.
Exactly. And from what you can see, she is thoroughly frightened.
All right. Whose turn is it?
It is Dalwynne's turn.
That's not right.
What do you do, Dalwynne?
God. I'm looking to see if I have resistance to any kind of magic, but no, I don't.
Ugh.
Unbelievable. Nothing I can do if she's no longer an enemy combatant because I'm charmed. It's yeah, I don't guess there's much I can do.
Okay.
You could hold your action. And in case the
Oh,
monster shows up.
Yeah.
Because you do know there was a monster attacking you. You just don't know where it, quote unquote, went.
Man, and with him being right there, I could have used the sneak attack option too.
What
You could
about
use
you,
bo-
Andre?
Don't you also have bonus action hide? So you could have given yourself sneak anyway if you hid.
Not that I know of.
That should be how your
It's a
rogue
level
level
2
3.
rogue feature, I think.
Yeah, that's a level 2 feature. You do have that. You have
Cunning
the ability
action.
to yeah, I was would say you have the ability to disengage, hide, etc.
Hide. Yeah.
That said, when you're on the dock, there's not very many places to hide, so.
Yeah.
There could be a barrel or something.
I mean, he could like dive under the dock and kind of like hold on to it ninja style or something. I don't know. You suddenly hear this from a voice above. Just a disembodied voice. Serinity, looking extremely afraid, goes, "Where did that thing go?"
Wait a minute. Isn't her stomach all split open?
You don't see her monstrous form, though. You just see her human form.
But she's
So
still
all the
bleeding.
damage was healed?
Not healed, just hidden.
Oh, okay.
So she cast an illusion and a charm spell at the same time?
The charm the charm thing is part of her species trait.
But there
The
would still be blood on the bottom of the deck, is what I'm saying. Even if you can't see it on her, there'd still be blood at her feet because she's still bleeding.
Yeah. Yeah, if they think to look down, they would see it.
Well, that's what I was
Oh,
saying.
man.
I mean, there should be blood all over the place.
Just not on her, because she doesn't look like the monster form to you.
Gotcha. So is that like a spell or a feature?
It is a feature.
Okay. Then I don't think magic awareness will help. Action, you can awareness to your presence of concentrated magic. I don't know if that works on features. Does you know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet of you?
Yep,
Mm.
it's her species
Feature.
trait.
Okay.
But it only
cool.
lasts for one turn.
Okay, then I'll spend this turn. Just because I don't want to get rid of my rage. If I spin around not taking damage or doing it, I'll lose it. So I'm gonna drop the axe on my foot.
Okay, roll for damage.
Why would you drop the axe on your foot?
I just told you why I did.
So he doesn't lose one of his buffs.
Oh, okay. I missed that part. Oh, right, because you have to attack each round.
Yeah, attack or take damage.
Smack him around.
Wow.
Oh, thank God I rolled low. I got an 8.
Okay. It does nothing to you, but since you technically attacked, you still keep it. Is that the end of your turn?
Besides roleplay of, hey, do you have any idea where it went? There's no way it disappeared. And doing that.
She
Okay, my turn.
grimaces and goes, "Oh, I wish you would have walked away."
All right, now I'm attacking. And I just found out that I get to do an extra 2d6 of damage
Ooh. Using
on
what?
one creature I hit with an attack with a finesse or ranged weapon. My rapier is a finesse weapon. If I have advantage on the attack roll, I did not know that. I don't have advantage right now, but.
Or if there's an
That's
ally
okay.
within 5 feet of the target.
Oh, good. Because we're doing the sneak attack thing. I'm glad you had me hold that action.
Roll to see
I
if
can
it
remember.
hits.
Yep, I am working on it. I'm sorry, I'm so slow. 18.
Oh no. It hits. Roll for damage.
Are we ready? Oh, crap. 8,
Mm-hmm.
9, 10, 11, 12, 16.
And
Oh,
she
yes!
is dead.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Congratulations. You killed technically a mini boss.
It almost killed me by comparison, but Thanks for the help. Shoot, I was a goner without you. She was going to
Sorry,
kill me for sure.
I had to kill your girlfriend, bud.
Not my girlfriend. As I kick her in the head off the dock.
Oh man,
You
I'm
want
gonna
to
loot her
loot
first.
her first?
I loot her before he does that.
Yeah, okay. We'll loot the body before I
Nope,
kick her
nope.
off
You
the
said
dock.
you kicked her off the dock. That's up to Venus
Okay.
if you want to dive in and get her.
She is currently floating away in the currents, unfortunately.
Oh, God damn it.
Always
thought she
remember
had
to
me.
loot before you destroy the body.
Hey, I
know.
fly and pick
Hey,
it out
wait,
of
wait,
the
wait.
water. What? What am I waiting on?
But you went and
For
dragged
a
her out
She
of the
is
water?
gone.
Do we not want to loot the thing or no?
You
Yeah,
don't know if
kinda, we
there's
should've.
anything, but you can check.
She might have magic rings on her
Um,
or something.
I don't know. I
I
fly
guess I
over
can put.
upper
Give me
back
just
on
a
lamb.
second. When you pull her back, she looks back like y'all found her in the cage.
That's
Oh.
okay. We can still loot the corpse.
Oh, cool. It looks like we killed a woman. Okay. We better hurry.
We know
Both
it wasn't a woman.
Dalwynne. I mean, she was female.
I'm going to loot
All
this
right.
corpse and I'm kicking her back in the water.
Both
Ooh,
Dalwynne
man.
and Andre roll a D100.
76.
76?
20, I'm sorry. Hang on.
Okay.
I can figure out what I'm
Well,
doing here.
so in one of her pockets, Andre, you find a 4-leaf clover pressed inside a book discussing manners and etiquette.
How fitting. With the fact that she just tried to eat them. Manners and etiquette.
Yeah. I got a 53.
A 53, you say?
You just
She
said roll a
also
D100, right?
yes.
Okay.
She had a small box filled with different buttons. But upon closer inspection, those buttons are made out of various species bones. Presumably
What
from
the-
her victims.
What the? I'm not there, though.
All right, well, I want to just dump them back in the water, but they might be of value for some reason. I'm thinking maybe hang on to them for the moment. Maybe somebody that knows more about necromancy and undead can tell us if it's valuable or not. We have a couple of undead people in our party that might be able to fill us in on that.
We have one. If she is back. I don't know if she's back yet.
She's gone
I'm here.
extremely silent for. Oh, there
She's
she
there.
is.
Yeah, we were looking for you earlier.
Oh,
Even Asna pinged you.
oops.
Don't worry, we killed the bitch.
It's okay.
Bro,
We heard some weird screaming and we just decided to keep going. Not our problem.
Exactly. Rhody's just
All
kind of
right.
waving at people as she goes, who probably stink eye her.
Now that we have gotten that out of the way, Amari, while all this has gone down, you were the first to arrive at the cemetery. As you look around, you see several tombstones worn from age. Several of them are like dilapidated and fall apart. A great many of them are brand new, though. Some of them have names with like birthday and death dates on them, but some of them, it looks like the names and dates have been scribbled out.
Okay.
Or like chiseled out, I should say.
So things are coming back from the dead. Okay, gotcha.
Oh no, the tombstones are still there. It's just like the names have been removed for some reason.
Okay.
What do you do?
I told you exactly what she's doing.
That is correct. That is correct. You did. Okay. So, amongst your
I don't know who
very
these people are. She doesn't care. They're humans. Ugh.
what are they?
Are they
Amongst
what?
your very but are they human?
Or are they
Humanoid. They're
dancing?
below me. They're not a higher being like me. I know, my character's a butthead. I'm sorry, guys.
Amongst your plotting and secretive mission that you are doing there, you discover quite a few mundane items. But you also discover a dagger. And it is actually a dagger that I believe you were looking for.
Looking for a dagger?
So you were looking for a dagger. At least
Oh wait, I don't
I-
think I posted what items my character wanted. I have like them listed in a different server for me to just remember, but I don't, because I wasn't done. I don't think I posted a list of items.
Oh, well, this is the dagger that you find. And I will not say it because if you wish to share it with the group, that's a RP opportunity. So Rhody and Asna, have you made it to the graveyard by this point, or are you still exploring the town?
I would hope
Have you-
so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going where Rhody's going. I figure better to not split up completely, have people together, because we wouldn't want to, I don't know, get
Be
jumped by
attacked.
some random crazy creature that was pretending to be our best friend or anything.
yeah. As y'all are walking through town, because you're just following the path and not stealthing around like a certain very mean party member did.
Hey.
You're seeing like villagers walk to and fro. They kind of give you strange glances, but they don't seem to notice anything. However, you do notice that the entire town path is lit with these blue lanterns, and every time you get too close to one, Asna, the lantern kind of starts to change color to red. But nobody's noticed it yet.
I'll just keep my distance then. I'll just mention, I think maybe those lanterns detect a certain type of creature. We probably ought to stay away.
Yes,
Um,
That's a good assumption. If you need, I will piggyback you.
Really?
yes.
Hop on!
Yay! I'm gonna hop on.
I would think that if it's in a graveyard, it would be detecting undead. So more than likely, it's not detecting you. It's probably detecting her.
But we're still in the town.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
you're
never moved
still
your
in the
tokens
town.
up. I hid my token.
Um,
Well, not hid, but I'm behind a tomb. I'm hiding.
hang on, Roy. Before you make it all the way to the cemetery, y'all come across a couple of human children. Ignore the ears. I did not prepare in advance. And they are playing a delightful game of jump rope and singing a very strange song. It's a creepy rhyme with a line that says, sea thieves with silver tongues beware. Um, silver song shouldn't be sung here. What do you do?
What an absolutely distasteful rhyme.
It's not
You
even
should find a better one.
It's not even a good rhyme. That's definitely a slant rhyme at best.
They kind of look at you and they go, well, our mama taught us. They say it's to keep the, and they kind of beckon you to like lean in closer and they go, it's to keep the sea people away.
You want to know a really good way to keep the sea people away? Stay
What?
away from the sea. And Asna's
But
gonna
we live-
wink.
Gesundheit.
She sneezes in your face on accident.
Delightful.
Ah, children. This is why I am so glad I never had any.
Same. And I never planned to.
And then they go
Run
back
along,
to sing.
go that way.
As they're running away, they go, it's the Tideborn, it's the Tideborn. She'll bring the drowned gods, she'll bring the drowned gods. All beware, all beware. Hippity skip scop. And they go away.
Ugh. If there is one thing on this entire god's awful planet I actually dislike, it is children. Disgusting little filthy monstrosities, every last.
You
damn
should
it,
have. You should have been around our place. All of the kids that were there, we knew were from some drowned sailors. It adds a certain charm to the children that you don't get elsewhere.
Ah. Interesting to find any charm in children, but
There was heavy sarcasm in that, but yes.
oh, well, see, I am awful at picking up on sarcasm. Must be the dead thing. Or
You know-
the fact that when I was alive, I was a general and sarcasm was not very well appreciative.
Oh. What were you a general in?
100 years ago, I was the general for one of the major human capitals. I don't.
General disaster.
I did a lot of things. Many people died, and I pointed out who needed to die. Now that I look back upon it,
General
No.
Disaster, first name by?
yes. Well, wee.
Well,
Alright,
took off running.
Yes.
Rhody and Asna, as you go in the cemetery, are you being quiet? Or are you like...
Oh God, Rhody and quiet. She just shoves that open, and it's just She comes in
Rhody,
whistling.
Rhody
Stomping
charged
and,
in
like-
there. It has Asna on her back. I think Asna's giggling at how fast we're going. Definitely quiet, yeah.
Okay, roll an athletics check, and Amari roll a perception check.
Okay.
I got a 15.
$18.
18? Okay. So Amari, you hear the two of them coming. They do not notice you behind one of the tombstones. But you notice them immediately. What do you do?
Inside her head, she's now going to be fighting with the male one because she wants to kill them, and the male going, it's the perfect opportunity. The male saying, "Don't do it." So instead, she's going to try to stealthily still do what she was doing.
Okay. Rhody and Asna, now that you are in, roll
There
a
you go.
perception check.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
So, why did you want to come here, Rhody?
Nat 20!
15.
Okay. Rhody notices Amari looting in the back.
In my defense, they're dead. They don't need it.
Gods, I'm going to cave her skull in.
What's the matter?
I came here because that one. I point. Of course, that wretch. I came here because as undead, I thought maybe I could find some semblance of peace amongst the dead. I've grown accustomed to that since I've been dead.
Kindred spirit of sorts.
Yes, a moment. The loud sound of a long sword drawn. You, wretch. What in God's name are you doing?
Lost items.
Lost? No. Buried.
They're lost to time, are they not? They have been buried, so therefore they're lost. No one else knows they're here. Therefore, I'm finding it. I'm a treasure hunter now!
No, you are no more than a... You are lesser than a common thief. Robbing from the dead. How...
Oh, they don't need it. Wait, aren't you dead?
Yes.
I didn't rob from you, now did I?
No, because you'd be dead if you tried.
You wish.
Woman, I will decapitate you. Take your head, put it upon a pike, and set it apire.
Do you know how to kill a
Oh.
celestial?
We will find out this day, won't we?
You're not the first to try, dear. Many have failed, obviously.
Do we
Oh, well then,
really need
prepare
to
for the
fight?
one who will...
Hey, I didn't attack her. She's the one drawing a weapon. I did not draw anything.
You
Roll
are
initiative?
thieving!
Where do you want me to put this?
I mean, if you're going to attack me, yes, we gotta roll initiative. But if you're not going to attack me...
I would ask that you return the items that you stole. People
on.
bury their dead for a reason. They are to be
Yes,
honored.
and some are so rude that they do not stay that way, obviously.
It was not by my choice that I woke.
There's a grave. Why don't you climb back in and help yourself?
I will help you into one.
Nice try.
I
You're
don't.
going to return the items.
Here's the
Found
thing.
crap. These people have nothing.
Here's the thing, Amari. We have two people here who have a difference of opinion. One person here thinks that items that are buried belong to anyone who finds them, and the other has been in that position before and has previous experience there. I think it might be a good idea to defer to what someone more experienced has gone through.
Yes, she has gone through digging herself out of the grave. I have not yet to see one of those do that, however, if that helps.
What would help is if you return the items and we de-escalate.
Again, I have found crap. This is a poor-ass piss town.
Then,
But obviously, you guys need to clean out your ears, because I've already said that.
then you can return the crap.
Again? Why would I pull out crap? Do you want me to put the dirt back? Because, yeah, that's not happening.
All I know is you have a history of not always being forthright and honest with us.
I'm giving you an insanely short leash. Return the items and bury them.
Again, I have nothing.
Amari, roll a deception check.
Gladly.
Well, even if it were not 20, my character is disinclined to believe just based on what she's saying. Perhaps if
22.
you have nothing, you wouldn't mind us searching you. Nothing to
Do
hide.
I roll to... Do I also...
Except the one that is drawing a weapon at me, I don't want anywhere near me. So you guys are doing the hostile acts. Me.
I have done nothing hostile.
No, but the one that you were riding on it. You know, your mount.
I will remain hostile towards you. You have given me no reason not to be. I do not trust you, and I do not appreciate you. I currently withstand you.
Aw, poor baby. I'll be sure to get you a tissue.
I lost the ability to cry about 100 years ago.
I shall, no I won't. I was about to say I shall mourn for that, but yeah, that's a human emotion.
Yes, an emotion far superior to any that you pertain,
And yet
obviously.
Celestials are obviously a far better being.
Oh, come now. If Celestials are like you, then you're all shit. You're all the dirt under my heel. You're
I
not
think
worth the
Such
dirt.
harmful, evil words.
I think, Rhody, we both have been targets of misunderstandings based on our ancestry. Perhaps not all Celestials are like her. However, she seems to not be the most holy example of a Celestial I could think of.
Why? Well. Whatever ill-gotten gains you've gotten, keep them and piss off. I will rebury the dead.
I didn't pull up their bodies.
You dug them up.
I dug to see. I was a treasure hunter. Haven't you ever been one? Oh wait,
No.
what is your background? Your background's undead. So you walk around going "Ugh," and terrify children in the night, right?
No.
Because you're obviously stereotypically me, so I should do the same to you, right?
I was a venerated general in my time. Before death.
And that's how you died. You must have been a very good general to die.
All things die.
No, they don't. Again, you should learn about the other beings that are in these
Do you like to test
planes.
that?
Would you?
Let's put it this way. I am the captain of our group. Right now, Amari, you are, let's say, on strike 2. Please don't have a third one.
We're not on a boat, therefore you're not my captain.
You are a part of my crew, whether we are on land or at sea. You represent more than just yourself.
Party member does not necessarily denote crew member.
Exactly, that's what I was trying to point out.
If you do not wish to be part of my crew, then you can remain here on the island while we sail off. Those are your options.
No skin off my nose. Just don't expect to come back and see this land the way it is.
And we cannot leave her. Alive, that is.
You think you could do something to me? It's hilarious.
Yes. I'll send you screaming back to whatever miserable realm you come from.
Dear, do you not remember when we were fighting the zombies? Do you not know what I do? Where I go? Would you like to see that world? I could just simply bring you to it and leave you. You'd be lost forever in the void. Something that you would love so much. Never being able to see anything but feel everything. Everything watching you, everything moving in the darkness, but just out of reach for you to ever be able to do anything.
Yes, yes, you're so interesting and thematic.
I mean, it probably is better than, being locked up in a tomb, because obviously someone loved you if they locked you up.
It was unmarked. I died unloved. As you
And
would.
you're still unloved.
While this conversation is going on, Amari, roll a d20 for me.
Oh no. I know exactly what it is for, too. That's an 8.
Is that one of your numbers?
That's why I was loading up to check my numbers. Amari.
It is not.
Nope.
Guys, you are stuck with Amari F for a little bit longer.
Unless they can figure out one
Sorry.
of the other triggers to switch him out. But I don't
Yeah.
think anyone has that ability yet.
Well,
While the three of y'all are arguing in the cemetery, Klank is at the bottom of the map. We gotta give some of their characters some screen time, guys. Klank is going, yippee, dad, 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 let's go shopping.
Yes, while they were arguing, I was busy cleaning myself off of all this blood. But yeah,
And
yes, for sure.
He looks down back at the dock and he goes, "Hey, can Blue Uncle come along? We can get some stuff to heal him too while we're at it."
Yeah, let's see if he wants to come. Boop, boop, boop. Oh.
All right. So
Blue Uncle is what he called you? Like to tag along?
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah.
all right. So
Wait.
first place, Clank runs to is the slow shop here. The rest of the places on this island are Theater of the Mind. Because that would have been too many maps to try to make and fit in Owlbear.
Oh yeah, I'll make sure.
And this is a indoor-outdoor stall, so it's like open to the elements and stuff. You see a stack of books on like one little shelf in the stall. You see a couple of red potion bottles on another shelf, and you see a random trinket of some sort on another shelf. And behind the counter inside the stall is a person. This person. This person. Very strange looking. Very ominous. And he goes, "Okay, I got books for sale. Okay, I got potions for sale. Okay, bits and bobs. Yeah?"
No?
All right, I'm going to be
Never mind.
AFK for just a minute. So
Like that
yeah, I
one
think I
guy
need a
from
healing potion.
oh fuck,
Okay.
I forgot the movie. Frozen. The really tall dude. Who his accent reminds me of.
Oh, the guy from the sauna?
Yeah.
Toodles!
That's exactly who I'm mimicking.
Oh hell yeah.
Um,
Alright, Clank.
here.
What do you think you're gonna need here, bud?
Well, I think I'm gonna just buy it all. He doesn't really seem to have much of anything, to be honest. Um, let's see. Trying to find my prices.
Do you need a PDF?
Yeah, I thought I had it pulled up.
I don't know what items you have, but I can give you the sheet that I have that has the prices for common, uncommon. Once again.
He goes, okay, I have 2 bottles of lesser healing. Okay. I have a couple books. Okay. And I have trinket to decorate home with. Okay.
Okay, you have trinkets, books, and what else?
Lesser healing potions.
How much are for the healing potions?
He goes, okay, 6 silver.
That is very cheap for a healing potion. Yes, you do realize that, right?
They're normally about
I'll take
50
10.
gold.
They're 50 gold for a normal healing potion. Again, look at the sheet that I just sent you. It literally is listed at only common items and says the gold price. You do not
didn't say
generate
they were-
prices.
That still sounds really fair to me.
He goes, okay, they not normal.
What do you mean not normal?
They don't do like the most amount of health a regular lesser potion does.
Lesser healing doesn't do much to begin with.
No, it doesn't. What does it do? Like a D4 then?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take 10.
He only has 2.
He only has 2.
He has 2 bottles of, I guess they're a quarter of lesser healing.
Want to cure light wounds potions.
I guess. And then he has a stack of books and a trinket.
Oh.
A trinket or trinkets with an S?
A trinket with the T on the end.
What kind of trinket is that, bud?
Roll a D100.
Oh,
Oh,
no
God.
thanks, bud. Man, this is the most times I get to roll a D100 in my life. 72. You think I picked Path of Wild Magic? Fuck yeah.
You said a 72?
Yes.
It is a silver teardrop goblet made from a real teardrop.
Sounds valuable.
How much for the trinket?
50 gold. Okay.
Okay. What kind of books do you have? Your stack of books.
He goes, "Oh, books? Books? I do books. Okay. All books are 25 gold. He said he's like, this one does if you read it, it turns you blind for an hour. This
I thought
one,
they called that
this,
porn.
This one
Sorry.
is a very lovely romance about two zombies that got married. Okay. And this one is actually a pamphlet, not a book. It is actually only 5 gold because it's a pamphlet, not a book. And it is full of recent newspaper clippings. Okay.
Okay, so one that makes you blind,
Mm-hmm.
a pamphlet, a newspaper thing, and what was the first one?
A romance novel about two zombies that recently got married.
Oh, I cover Klink's ears. Like, I look at Dalwynne like, oh, like the ones in the ruin.
Okay. Clink goes, I'll buy them all.
You have the money for that, bud?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I've got plenty of gold.
Okay.
He takes the 2 health potions and gives them to Dalwynne because Dalwynne is still injured. He takes the books and he looks at the zombie romance. He goes, I'll read this later. And then he hands you the trinket since you were eyeing it.
Oh, thanks, bud.
And he leans over to you and he goes, that's actually worth about 100 gold. What a valuable bargain I just got.
Cool.
Ah,
Thank you for the potions.
He goes, you're welcome. And the
Yeah, I'm
shopkeep...
gonna chug the potions right off.
Okay. The shopkeep goes, okay. I go home now. I sold everything. Bye-bye.
bye. Have a beautiful time.
Have a nice day.
You hear as he's like scurrying away, you hear one final, okay.
Venus, I sent you a message in Rumble.
What if I did it first?
That was the last one, I promise.
I wasn't referring to that message, but okay.
Oh, yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, panning back over to our standoff in the cemetery. Are y'all still arguing about death and whatnot?
I don't know. You said the argument was done because you went back to the other people, so.
No, I said while y'all are arguing.
I don't know. Did she stop yelling at me?
Or
doubt
did
it.
it just descend into a full-on brawl?
That's why I was asking if we should roll initiative, and I wasn't the only person, but then she went back to you guys
Yeah.
after you guys had an hour fight, so I don't know what's going on at this point.
Rhody
Rhody,
just
I
kind of
know.
zoned out.
Rhody, are you trying to kill Amari over grave robbing, or are you
No, she's not lawful good. This is why I didn't make her lawful good, because if I did, I'd have to be like, for Jeebus in charge in.
That's me.
But, oh, that is...
Yeah,
for Jeebus!
See, that's Jeebus.
Hi, it's me, Jeebus.
Jeebus?
I know, the one and only that tries to kill us on roll 20.
Jeebus has come, but, no. Rhody, she's...
Alright.
We could have just agreed to disagree at this point.
Yes, the only reason I'm going to let you go is the other half of you is actually quite a lovely person.
Too bad he's basically beaten into submission like a bad little puppy. He's very
I'd
weak in that
be
matter.
hilarious if I beat you into submission for a few hours, but I'm going to let you go.
Maybe you could let him out a little more often. We'd be less want to throw you off the ship.
Seeing that I fly, I don't think I have a fear.
Oh no, we'll chain you up and then toss you into the ocean. It'll be funny.
And what stops me from just going into the void? That would be funny again.
I
Then I could just teleport back onto your ship.
Ah, so I can cut you in half.
Ah, but then once again, you kill him too. You see, we're kind of one in this body.
Yes, well, as they say, sacrifices must be made. Eggs, omelettes, you know the deal.
Not really. Not really, seeing I don't eat that stuff. And I don't know what the heck an omelet is.
You should try one.
You're
Cookie makes
lost.
some great omelets.
Sadly, I can't enjoy food like that anymore. It all has to taste rancid. Otherwise, my body convulses.
Have you ever thought to praying? You're a paladin. Maybe your deity would be willing to help you. Or do deities here just ignore the cries of help from their people? You know, some deities are like that.
The problem is if I pray, I may return to human form.
Ah, so then you're a forgotten one.
Being dead. Yes, I am actually quite forgotten. As I stated, killed, left in an unmarked tomb, robbed when I was dead.
My dear, then I will pray for you.
I'd rather you don't.
That's the whole point.
I don't want to know whatever eldritch abomination you pray to.
Well, I'd just pray to whatever deities are in this world that you would have to get stuck with to remind them that you exist.
You know, I just came
and that
up
you're
with
an abomination.
Great idea. It seems, Amari, that you have finished your grave robbing task that you were after. Perhaps, if you don't mind, maybe you could allow us to have a little bit of space for what we came here for.
I never said I was done. There's certain other things I need to do here.
Such as
like
what?
What?
You would understand.
I mean, you could try talking to us, you know.
Talking to the one that has her sword drawn. Yes, that sounds like a lovely idea.
You're doing plenty of talking already. Perhaps you could try convincing her not to cut your head off instead of antagonizing. It might work better for you.
No, I foresee her being the type of being that would still be upset with what I'm doing, because it would be defiling graves.
Then perhaps you could walk away and not escalate things.
Again, I'm not done with what I came here for. I was first.
Yes, well, these people, they were here first.
Ah, but if you look, obviously not if names were carved out. Look at the ones by your feet, dear. Names are carved out when they're no longer loved or wanted.
As y'all are talking amongst yourselves, Cookie the cook saunters up and goes, "Hey, lassies. I got the supplies we need loaded up on the ship."
Excellent. We should set sail soon. Can you go gather everyone else together? We'll meet you back to the docks.
Sure. Also, once everyone's gathered, you haven't named the ship.
That's true.
Has
we'll have
it even
to come
been
up with some
christened?
ideas.
Such as the pickle frigate. Anywho.
We'll workshop that one.
Yes.
He saunters off.
Loath as I am to say. Yes, it is quite odd that the names have been scrubbed out.
These are not normally what happens to people who are loved and cared about. Just pointing that out, dear.
That doesn't give you the right to grave rob.
I'm
My
not-
tomb was
Right now,
unmarked
I am
without a
not
name.
grave robbing, dear. You're just stuck on a root. I said there was something else I had to do here.
What would you like to do?
Then allow me to assist you.
I don't trust you any further than I can throw you. And since I don't want to touch you, that's not very far.
Well, I don't want to say the same, because I assure you, I could chuck you halfway across this island.
I will put my sword away.
I will assist you, whether you
You won't like
appreciate
to.
it
You won't want
or
to.
not.
I guarantee
well.
you.
Let's see where this goes. Color me intrigued.
Are there any other of the graves that look like what I've explained that she was looking for, Venus?
So, as you are looking through, you have indeed found, oddly enough, all of the ones that are cracked have the items that you were looking for.
The type of marker, you mean?
Do what?
The type of marker, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, because those aren't items. You're scared. You're going to make them think that I'm trying to steal stuff. Still, I'm not trying to steal things.
Sorry.
Sure, you're
That's why I was
not.
like marker.
I was like trying to answer in response to you while reading ahead on something else.
This does make it very strange for Rhody. They're cracked and unmarked, so she's...
Yeah, that's exactly. If they're not actually cracked, they will be, because she's going up to the ones that have angels on them and breaking the wings off. That's all she's doing. She's not defiling it the rest of the way, just breaking the wings off of any angel statue she sees.
Oh, trust me, I've been to where they come from, and they look nothing like that. They're horrifying abominations with billions and eyes, and... Never mind.
No, they're supposed to be celestials, not angels, and even then, they're defiling beings that are horrible creatures. Humans don't understand why they put them on here. They just think they look pretty and don't realize how evil they actually are.
I'll be right back.
Yes, if they're you. So, what is wrong with these graves? Why were they cracked? Why
I don't know,
are they unmarked?
Like I said, those unmarked ones, I don't know. The ones that were cracked, like I said, she was just doing it because she was breaking the wings off of them. She's not defiling it any other way other than all wings have to come off the angelic statues.
Well,
So the ones I just put colored tokens on are the ones that had the angelic wings on them.
Okay, so those are the ones that she's just walking up and cracking the wings off. That's it. She's not digging up the body. She's just pulling the wings off the statues.
Rhody's about to dig up a body.
See, now she's... Wait. You're yelling at me for digging up bodies, and now you want... No. Double standards here.
You will also notice...
I will accept double standards.
You will also notice the ones that have the cracked tombstones, their dirt looks freshly dug.
I didn't do those ones, just letting you know.
Noted. Shit. Alright, well, unmarked, cracked, recently disturbed.
Are these some of your friends? I'm taking it?
No.
Are you telling us that we should defile these now?
Perhaps we should ask why they're disturbed.
Actually, I would like to talk to Amari M with the DM's permission and ask him to use his information.
Okay.
Because I have to get your approval for that one. Because she's asking him if he senses any other undead other than Rhody.
Not on this island. No.
Okay. That's what she was double checking that these aren't like zombies hidden in the grave. But I had to ask permission from the DM if she was allowed to ask Amari M for their information, just like he can ask her to translate stuff.
Rhody is the only undead within so many feet of the Amaris.
Can I investigate one of
Sure.
the things? Let me see here.
I
Switched Amari M. Investigation. Okay, +5. 17.
So as you are investigating one of the cracked tombstones, one that you are closest to, actually, its writing was chipped away, but not like completely gouged out. And you'll notice that one of the last names on it is similar to a couple of the other tombstones scattered around. But unlike the others, this one was broke and gouged out.
A couple of the other
Last names.
So in other words, one family was basically kicked out of the area. I don't know. Considered evil. Brought shame to their family. I don't know what you humanoids do with these things.
Well, normally, we don't defile graves.
No.
I didn't defile it. It was done like this. So obviously, I'm guessing someone doesn't like them. But if they all have the same last name, that means someone doesn't like a family?
Maybe his first name is Bruno.
very
We don't talk about Bruno!
So the last name on this tombstone, and this one are all the same.
Okay, so it's not a family thing. It's only that person.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said
Okay.
they all had similar names, so that's why I thought you meant that they were a family.
No, it's just the one
No,
that you were
just-
investigating had similar names as other ones in the cemetery, is what she said.
Gotcha.
Going to ask you to assist me in the thing that I just deluged upon you for. Help me dig this up. I'm going to take a look, see. It's more than peculiar.
But
you
if you're
would.
allowing me to dig it up, if I find anything, I get to keep it. 'Cause
Fine.
you told me to stop digging things up.
Fine. If you find anything, you may keep it, unless it looks of keen interest to myself.
Nope, you already agreed with mine first.
Fine, whatever. Wench, help me dig.
While they're
Fine,
doing
I'll help
this,
dig.
I'm going to go around and cast Druidcraft and place roses at the foot of various graves here.
While you're doing that, Asna, do you look at one of the cracked graves as well, or no?
Yeah, I mean, I'll glance at the names that I can make out, or if I can see anything.
So this one here, a name catches your eye. And that, not the first name, but the last name. And it is the exact same last name as yours.
The cracked one, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I will pause in my Druidcraft. Ladies, excuse me.
Yes.
I think I might have an idea.
What?
I think the people whose tombs have been defiled might be victims of sirens.
So they defile them because of sirens? Your beans don't make any sense.
Hatred doesn't make any sense.
Ah, so should we defile the others then to make it even?
No.
No.
Oh.
We should find whoever defiled these graves, and I'm going to crush their skull.
Come over here, Rhody. And I'm just standing in front of this one here.
She turns back and waves to Amari and is,
You may actually get that bloodshed you want here in a moment. I'm going to find who's doing this and end them.
Good. I think that would help ease a lot of tension.
I'll let you do it then.
I'm going to point at the name on the grave. Maybe I should introduce myself further. My name is Asna Janaran. And I think this is my father.
I mean, we could check. All you have to do is look at the bones and you can tell if it's a male or a female. It's all in the hips, you know.
Not to check. Thank you.
Oh, doesn't like Daddy. Or is it another reason?
I think that we ought to just leave this place.
No. I'm going to find who defiled your father's grave and defile their skull.
I'm going to put my hand on your shoulder. Rhody, they have very good reasons for not liking my people. I don't need to retaliate against them.
It's so much fun. It
That's
helps
what
relieve
you
stress.
wish.
It makes you feel better.
More blood doesn't solve the deaths that came before us.
No, but it makes you feel better. I mean, why else would Rhody offer to crack skulls in? Does it not make her feel better?
Perhaps, but it would make me feel worse.
Rhody, you're having something touch your mind, asking if it can talk to you.
sure.
It's Amari. So, what about we escort her to the boat and then and find out who did it, and then we could crush their skulls instead. Therefore, she doesn't have to be in the burden and be upset by it, but you get your justice, and I get more fun.
I should downright find you absolutely putrescently annoying. However, as an undead, as someone who's been defiled myself, yes, I will escort her back to the ship. I will let her rest, and I will assure her that I'm only seeking returning supplies. And then I will find the bastard, and we can tear him limb from limb together.
You can tell her that we're escorting her to the boat so that she can get it prepared, because of course she is the captain. And therefore, I can start eavesdropping on the town people and find out any information I can. And then we can meet back here.
Well suited.
As you guys are
Alright.
having your mental conversation, I'll just say, we really ought to be heading back to the ship. They should have it ready by now. As soon as we get there, we should leave.
Just tell her that I'm being stubborn or something, you have to come and get me. That way, she doesn't question too much.
Yes. Of course, Asna. I shall follow you. Again, this disgusts me.
Me too.
On a measure you don't understand. There was nothing more painful than waking inside my tomb to realize that everything I held cherished in my life had been stolen and destroyed. I have a certain hatred for people who defile graves. But if your wish is to leave the island, then so be it. I now know what those torches are for. They're to find your kind so that they can enact twisted revenge.
Exactly.
Suggest that you avoid those torches. You guys go do that. I do need to gather some plants for my potions myself. So, and some of them grow in this grave. So I will be, as you can tell, I usually get there faster than you. So you guys can wander off, and I'll grab my plants.
This does, however, strike a interesting conversation. I wonder how long the people will remain to be here with... She points at the clearly active volcano with that some bitch in the back.
Been waiting for y'all to comment on that, and nobody has.
My character stops, thinks for a moment, and in her head going, wonder if I can figure out a way to make that erupt. Not in your head, in her head.
Let's just say...
Rhody! Let's obliterate them!
Let's just say...
if we don't like these people, that sounds like a good idea, right?
Whether it is by our hand or by that of nature, fate has a way of returning to those what they have sowed.
This is when I channel divinity. But make it erupt. No.
Yes. It doesn't seem like the most intelligent option for a home. I mean, holy balls, look at the size of that thing.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's only 180 feet away, too.
I mean, you saw what happened to Pompeii. They were idiots, too.
I'm going to cast my innate 9th level spell, Conjure Volcano. Right here.
I was going to do my spell called Major Eruption.
So anyway, y'all make it back to the docks,
And
where Cookie goes. So before we depart, we really, really need to name this boat.
Oh, I'm not there to help because I'm sneaking.
anyone have any suggestions?
But I'm not there.
Are we still mind linked?
It only has a range of like 60 feet. And if I'm in town and you're on the boat, because I'm going through town trying to like eavesdrop on everyone trying to find information.
Okay.
Unless Venus wants to let me have it longer, but originally it was only 60 feet.
Well, Asna's the captain, right? I mean, it's his boat, right?
Her.
Yeah.
Her, sorry. Yeah, okay. Well, she should name it.
Well, that's why I'm asking for suggestions.
But I'm not there. Sorry.
Trying to find the suggestions we had written down, and they seem to be...
Just search for the big deck, or hard big deck, or something. Let me see here.
Yeah.
Because that was one of mine.
The floating disaster.
The ones.
There you go.
Yeah, I found it here. Jump to.
Andre said booty chasers.
I think
Here.
Asna's suggestion was Her Majesty Asna's ship, the boat.
There, that jumps you up to that area of the conversation.
The not going to sink.
We hope.
Yeah.
I prefer Mirren, or I hardly knew her.
Any suggestions from those who haven't made one yet?
The sturdier than it looked.
There you go. That's a good one. Sturdier than it looks.
Let's see. Google, what are some good boat names?
No.
A voice from beyond says, I vote the SS Big Deck with an E.
Nah, Asna's not into that.
Whatever floats your.
No. Please no.
Like I said, I have my joke names. Fish, you were here. Carpe Diem.
I like Carpe Diem better than most of them.
Where's that even from?
Seize
Carpe
the day.
Diem means seize the day.
But it's also a
But-
fish. Carp.
Yeah.
Well, a carp is a fish, yeah, but it wouldn't be associated with that other word.
No,
that
it's
concept.
the whole joke of it. It was a pun, and I
Oh,
had a
okay.
list. I helped my was going to be brother-in-law name his boat, so we had a bunch of names that we had listed already, and that's what I pulled them from.
Out of those, I like Carpe Diem the best.
Alright, guys, it is now 10:30 p.m. Central Time, so we are going to stop it there. I guess the boat's name is now Carpe Diem. So I will make sure to get that updated for y'all. Real
We can
quick.
just name it the Thousand Sunny from One Piece.
You got to be careful about doing copyright stuff.
Yeah.
If you're streaming this, and I don't think we'll ever take off that big, but if you ever do, that will get us in trouble.
Like really big trouble.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
since
yeah.
Jeeves is the one streaming, it would affect him the most.
Yeah. I forget Japan really loves to sue.
Not just Japan, but a lot of stuff likes to sue nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, Pokemon is suing people at this point.
So
Yeah, that's
Rhody,
Japan.
Asna, and Amari still have their inspiration, which means they cannot vote. They cannot be voted for this week.
Yeah,
That
'cause
leaves
we
Andre
didn't really have
and
a lot of
Dalwynne.
options to use them either.
Sorry, I was trying to do a kind of roleplay heavy, but also combat heavy.
You can't have both be heavy.
I was trying to be balanced. There we go. I was trying to balance it out. Do some combat, do some roleplay, that kind of thing. So between Andre and Dalwynne, who gets the inspiration for this week? You cannot vote for yourselves. I have 1 vote Dalwynne, 2 votes Dalwynne,
Hang on, let me
1 vote Andre.
agree because I can't vote for myself.
Okay. Looks like
Which character is Andre again?
The
The
one you were
tiefling?
fighting
Tiefling.
alongside?
Yeah, the one that has the
Oh,
axe.
okay, yeah. Well, I gotta vote for
Oh.
him since I can't vote for myself.
yeah. So let me count it out again. 1 Dalwynne, 2 Dalwynne, 3 Dalwynne, 1 Andre, 2 Andre. So Dalwynne, you get the inspiration for this week. It is 1 free inspiration you can use on anything. But you can only use it once. And until you use it, you cannot be voted for again for inspiration.
Right.
I don't know what I'm gonna do when the entire party just has inspiration that they're all sitting on.
Make us use it.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
some
Inspiration with advantage.
well, that's what inspiration kind of it's kind of like luck or advantage. I don't know how Venus is doing it. I know I do it as in you can use it to re-roll, but I don't know how Venus is doing it.
You can use it as an advantage or to re-roll. You have to pick, but either one.
Okay. Because I know the other day it was funny in my campaign because someone ended up using like all of their advantage points they had stacked up trying to beat this one thing. It was hilarious to me, and they still failed.
Oof.
Oh yeah, they used 5 advantage points.
Dang.
I ain't gonna lie, that would low-key piss me off.
This is why I said I stopped using Beyond, because they were using Beyond as the roller, and Beyond just wants to kill you.
All right. Is there anything else for tonight?
No. What did y'all think of the Damsel Devourer?
Nice.